Good morning, crypto Twitter is Misty Crypto, spreading crypto with doctors showing its benefits to my generation. Shout out to all my people, Gen Z needs to be included. It's really that simple. We are savage, amazed, boss, zesty, making money at the same time, spread peace. I feel empty if you don't include Gen Z. About to change the world, so y'all better get ready. Misty Crypto, I'm never backing down. I got a wax account, you should check it out. So many NFTs, I think I lost count, and I'm only getting started. Yeah, I'm barely off the ground. Listing crypto, you cannot stop me. My hands are made from diamonds, your hands for like origami. Never be the boss of me. Bitcoin's all I need. When I say I'm zesty, that's just me talking honestly. Crypto and yum farm marketplace. I wanna see the more. We gotta go through cyberspace. Leave this world without a trace. They pay for a different day, cause we partners in the cryptos didn't stay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Miss Teen Crypto Show. I hope everybody's having a very happy Tuesday. Myself and Aubrey are actually feeling a little under the weather today, so if you're in the chat, you're on your phone, drop some 100 emojis. If you're on your desktop, you don't have emojis at the moment, type woot woot. Just let us know that you're feeling zesty, and that way you can add zest to our mood. Thank you. That was just a little favor. Now let me do something for you guys. You see that QR code in the bottom right corner of the screen? Give it a scan. This link that I just dropped into our chat, that is a free NFT. If you're the first one to scan or click this link and claim, you get a free NFT. And what's better than that? I think I know. It's our guest. Aubrey, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on. This is awesome. I'm excited to be on the show.
Guys, if you are unfamiliar, this is the Aubrey Strobel. She is like the New York crypto queen, and I'm so happy to finally have her on the show. And, you know, I know you've been going to a lot of conferences lately. Do you mind sharing your most recent experiences in the last week or so?
Yeah, it's been actually pretty wild. I mean, Art Basel, and then I went to Metaverso. Art Basel technically wasn't a crypto conference, but crypto people took it over anyway. But it was fun. I mean, obviously there was a lot of different NFT projects and events that were there, and it was fun to just kind of walk around and be able to go and not be speaking at a conference and just enjoy the like integration, I guess, of like the NFT culture coming to Art Basel. I don't know if everyone at Art Basel loved it, but it was great. A lot of brands trying to launch there as well. I actually think Art Basel, like, the purists were very like perturbed by the crypto community like being there and just being obnoxious and like clogging. There was so much traffic. It was a lot. Basically like Bitcoin 2021, but with art.
Wow.
And then yeah, I mean it was just a lot. It was I don't know why I went. It was good. Like it was just chaotic. And then I went to Metaverso, which was a conference that was put on by Mojito and G Money. And it was, you know, talking about how to get Puerto Rico into the NFT ecosystem, which was really cool. And I spoke at that conference.
Ooh, what was the name of that conference in Puerto Rico?
Metaverso. Yeah, and it was cool to see people from the community in Puerto Rico come out who are interested in NFTs and this new technology, sort of learn about it. They hosted it at like the Puerto Rico Art Museum there in the center of the town. So it was cool. A lot of really, really great projects made it all the way out to PR, and it was a good time. But I'm glad to be back in my home in New York because I'm recovering from the trip.
No, it must have been a lot. Every time I come home from a conference, I'm always exhausted. I'm always left with a little sniffle, and I'm just like, you know, your body's tired. You need to like regain your strength. And, you know, speaking of strength, you're a very strong individual in this community, and I would love to know, like, what were you doing before crypto?
God, I mean, my career started off headed into journalism and politics, and then PR and politics, but I was very quickly turned off by kind of where the media was going and at the time, and just how it wasn't really about quality of journalism or just clicks. And I was like, this is not for me anymore, or not for now. And so my friends were just like getting into crypto back in 2016, 2017. And I just kind of pretty open-minded, pretty curious person. I found it interesting. And then immediately, like within maybe a week or two after discovering crypto, I saw a job ad to work at a crypto PR firm. I was already doing PR. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to apply for this. Went in, talked to the team, and then got the job like that day. It was kind of like crazy sort of started working in crypto. It was very, very fast. And then I've never looked back, and now I'm at Lolli, and I've been in crypto for like 5-6 years.
So you started in 2017 with crypto, you said?
I think I got the job in 2017. It's hard to remember. I think I got in 2016, and I got the job, and I started working in crypto in 2017.
What was like the first thing you ever heard about Bitcoin?
It's hard to say, because I think I have this original memory, and I don't know if I dreamt it up, but I remember hearing about it, I thought, on like 60 Minutes, but I don't think that's true. I swear I had this like weird fever dream that that's what it was, but I don't think that's actually true. It's like just some bizarre, weird memory that I have in my head, or we're in a simulation. But I heard about it from my friend, and but they were talking about like a lot of coins at the time, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I was not sure really, you know, I knew it was like digital money. I didn't really have any more grasp. I didn't understand like the differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum or any of that stuff that I researched later. It was more just like get in now and just buy some. And I did, but I was like, what the hell are we doing? There was like I had no logic behind it. It was just one of those like impulse moves.
Ah, that's really interesting. Like you just got in, you just know like, I know this is something and I need to get it.
Well, my friend Lewis, he is just he's like from South Jersey, like outside Philly. And he's just one of these people who's always right about everything. I was just like, and he's just so chaotic too. He's like, you gotta buy now. And he, like in this Philly accent, like, you gotta buy now. And everything was so cheap back then. He was like, it's getting expensive. And I was like, okay. And so I just trust that he just got so insane that I was like, all right, whatever, Lewis, like, you know, and he's not wrong. Like he was not wrong again.
Not at all.
But he's just one of those people that like, he sort of peer pressured me into it. I was like, fine, okay.
And I know I'm not going to ask you how much was your initial purchase because that's a little nosy, but where did you initially buy?
So I actually originally bought at a Bitcoin ATM down, which is like such a random first buy. And Bitcoin was very cheap at the time. But I just wanted it was just like I wanted to test out the ATM and just see how it worked, and I tested it out. It obviously worked. It was with CoinSource. They used to be around a lot. I don't know if they're like still around. I think there's like Bitcoin Depot and all these other ones that have sort of taken over. But that's where I personally bought. I think that's where I first bought, and then the rest of it was all like on an exchange. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. I was like, this is awesome. This is the future. And then once I kept buying, crypto trades 24/7, which is the amazing thing about it. It makes sense that you should always have access to your money 24/7. I just kept checking the prices of it, which was like, how everyone gets in and you're just checking it middle of the night. And it's a little chaotic, but yeah, that was like my first exposure to it.
That's really interesting. And so when were you confident in Bitcoin? And you're like, yeah, like this is the future.
I don't know if there's ever a moment. I think people are kind of insane to be like, you're 100% sure about anything. I mean, I just knew that Bitcoin was better than everything else, any other option that's out there. Like it's better than our financial institutions. Like it's better than the banks. And so it was better, and I haven't found anything better than Bitcoin. So I was like, well, then this is it, Yeah. So it wasn't, I don't know if I had like an aha moment of it. Like, I think just education on where money has come from. And I think if everyone does the research in this field, which I'm sure most people have, and they've read the same books that I have, you come to a conclusion of like, well, mathematically, like, this makes sense. We need hard money, and I think in the current climate that America and a lot of other countries are in, with their currency becoming inflated, this realization is sort of coming to people sooner maybe than they would have originally thought, because it's actually impacting them.
And are you personally unbanked, or if you're not unbanked now, do you think you'll be unbanked in the future?
I don't know if I'll totally fully be unbanked. It's also hard to tell. Like, if if America gets really crazy, there is always that opportunity to do that. But it's hard, with getting paid at a job to like be fully unbanked. I've asked to get paid in Bitcoin, but it hasn't happened yet.
Ooh, Lolli, gotta make the move. Gotta pay your people in Bitcoin.
I know, but not. It's just like I'm the only person that's requested, I think, there. So
really, I actually find that pretty surprising.
I think I'm the only one. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, I just basically just take the money and buy Bitcoin myself anyway. So it's not.
You DCA on your own, no biggie. And, being in New York, how do you feel about the new mayor coming in? I believe he's taking his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin.
So it's so funny. I met the mayor the night before that announcement.
No way.
And yeah, he is so nice. I met him at a bar in New York, and he was just happened to be there. We took a picture together. I was a little tipsy. Basically telling him, we were talking about Bitcoin and congratulating him. And obviously everyone's just pumped to have a new mayor after de Blasio. De Blasio was just a very unpopular mayor in New York and didn't get anything done and just caused more problems for everyone. So I'm excited to see what he does. And I think a lot of other New Yorkers are as well. And, I was actually talking to Francis Suarez in Miami too about their beef, because I was like, so how do you feel about the beef, between you and Eric Adams? He's like, there's no beef. We're totally just kidding. I'm like, wow, I wanted real beef here. No, but because New York and Miami have something, like, everyone's moved to Miami from New York, and
yeah,
whole, what city's better. But no, I mean, he's gonna be a great mayor. I hope, and the fact that he cares about Bitcoin and tech is more than you can say from most politicians.
Yeah, I know he was saying he wanted to make New York a crypto town or a crypto city. Do you see that happening? Do you see New York ever being like Miami in that sense?
Well, New York has its problems with just high income tax, and Miami doesn't have that. And then we have also the problem with the bit license that restricts a lot of companies from being able to, register here and operate here. And so that hurts both ends. So that hurts the exchanges, and it hurts the consumers because they can't get involved. So unless all New York City residents can adopt, use the exchange of their choice, whether or not they have a bit license or not. I mean, I think that's really stifling innovation here. And that's why I wrote an op-ed about that, because I just really think that needs to be done away with. There's not even that many companies that have a bit license. So it's really giving more power to the larger exchanges and the larger financial services companies. Yeah. And then from the start, people because it's expensive to get a bit license. You have to and stuff. So it sucks for them. So I hope I don't know if that's totally under his purview. I think that's more under the governor's purview, but hopefully that can be done away with in the future. Fingers crossed.
Now, I really want to talk about Lolli. For people that don't know, can you give a little summary of what Lolli is?
Yeah, so Lolli was founded in 2018 during a bear market, and it was, and it is, the easiest way to earn and own Bitcoin. So what we saw was a huge problem that, not everyone sees themselves as a Bitcoin investor, but they see themselves as a shopper. Everyone shops online. So if you're shopping online, as most people are these days, especially with the holidays around the corner, you should be getting something back for it, whether that be a credit card point, cash back, or whatever. But the best and most sound way of earning any value is getting Bitcoin back.
Yeah.
And so Lolli was birthed basically. Very similar to honey, if you know what honey is, or Rakuten, where you can earn cash back or coupons. Lolli allows people to earn free Bitcoin back just from shopping from over 1,000 merchants and retailers. So places like Macy's, Best Buy, Nike. We just launched with Grubhub, so you can earn on your food delivery orders. Like really everything that you buy, from travel to skincare to shoes, like everything, you can get Bitcoin back for it. And that way you're sort of investing at different price points. You're kind of dollar cost averaging in with Lolli, because you're shopping at different prices, and your prices are locking in at different times. So your portfolio with Lolli grows over time, and it's great because a lot of the items that you bought could have paid for themselves. So like one of our biggest purchases, rewards that you can get, is at 8 Sleep, which is a big sleep brand. And I actually have 8 Sleep. They're amazing. You should get one. If you haven't looked into it already, they're so good. But you can get like hundreds of dollars back on your 8 Sleep purchase, depending on what the rate is at the time. And that's, in several years, what could that be? So it's just a really, really great way, a great tool to get people into Bitcoin.
Yep. And another person, Bitcoiner, just said this reminded me to tap the daily loot box on Lolli. That's awesome. That's another feature I really like.
Yeah. And so every day we give away free sats to people if they have the apps. So Lolli is available on Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Safari. So you can go download the extension. But we also have an app just for iOS right now, but Android's coming really, really soon. So if you're an Android user, we're coming. And yeah, we give away free sats every single day. So it's just a way to make Bitcoin a part of people's everyday lives and make it an active wallet through Lolli.
Yep. And what's your favorite store on Lolli?
I would have to say, it basically, my most frequent store is any food delivery apps. I've switched to Grubhub recently because I eat in a lot, but I like Glossier for the makeup, and I think I might be shopping with Dyson soon because I want to buy myself that blow dryer that everyone's been talking about. I really want it.
The curler one, right?
Yeah, I'm like, it's worth it. I think it's like $400, but I was like doing the math and I was like, I think it makes sense with how much I'd get back. So also I think that if you don't know what to get your wife or girlfriend or like mother, aunt, or anyone, the Dyson hair products are the thing to get, swear to God. Oh, and we launched Revolve, which I did like a whole like photo shoot in New York for. And that is actually where I shop for clothes the most. You can get 4% back. So that's actually my favorite for clothing.
That's awesome. And one last thing, how do you see that Lolli brings adoption? Because I think that, it's very easy to get on Lolli, just get that Chrome extension. Do you think this is spreading adoption? Have you seen Lolli spread adoption through its users?
Totally. Alex was on Fox Business the other day talking about holiday shopping and Grubhub and the launch of that. And it's funny, my friend Kim, her mom, sent a picture of seeing it on TV. She's like, my mom just downloaded the Lolli app. She just saw Alex on TV.
That's awesome.
And she had no idea that it was we had done that or anything. But it's cool to see that happening in people's moms and aunts and cousins and like people outside of crypto, Bitcoin, Twitter get involved. And so, yeah, I think there's a lot of paths to adoption. I see like the NFT space providing like a path to adoption. There's a lot of like play to earn games out there right now that I think are really interesting. And I think everyone meets crypto or Bitcoin at some sort of intersection of what their interests are. So there's a lot of artists getting into this space.
Yeah.
For people that are just trying to like shoppers, they enter through a space. So there's all these different funnels, but all roads I think end up leading to Bitcoin adoption at the end of the day. I
agree. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I think NFTs and Lolli and the whole crypto space, it's moving so fast. I think like Lolli, I remember before you guys were verifying on Twitter, before you came like a real cool kid on the block, and like, I really love what you guys do. I tell my friends all the time to use a Lolli. I share it with everybody, and you always got to give out those referrals. Guys, if you get Lolli, you get a referral link. That's zesty. Share that out with your friends. Share it out. This space is amazing. Aubrey's amazing. I really thank you for coming today. Like, and I know you don't feel well, so thank you for, gathering your strength to do this show.
I appreciate it. This was fun. I love coming on, and thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry you're feeling bad too at this time of the year.
I know, it's really poop. I really wanted to feel better today. I really did. I wish I could go on for longer, but like my body's just not allowing it right now. But guys, thank you for so much for coming. I'm gonna drop one more NFT in the chat. The QR code is not working the way I would like it to right now, but if you're the first one that clicks this link, grab it. Enjoy the NFT. It's getting zesty up in here. Shout out to Casper, JMac, Randy, Isaac, Wesley, Bitcoiner, Fedcoin, Becca. Thank you everyone for coming out. I appreciate you guys dropping all those like hearts and 100s in the chat. Like, wow. Thank you so much. Stay zesty, everyone. Have a great day. Lolli, Aubrey, before you go, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Aubrey Strobel, and you can find Lolli at lolli.com or at TryLolli on Twitter as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. Guys, all of those links that she just mentioned are in the description of this video. If you enjoyed this stream, please drop a like, subscribe, share with friends, and turn on that post notifications because, again, there will be another zesty episode coming soon. I thank you so much for coming on, Aubrey. Thank you, everybody at home, for joining me. I appreciate it. Have a very happy Tuesday. And of course, stay zesty. Peace.
Bye.
Good morning, crypto Twitter is misty. Crypto spreading crypto with doctors showing its benefits to my generation. Shout out to all my people. Gen Z needs to be included. It's really that simple. We are savage and baseball zesty, making money at the same time. Spread peace. I feel empty if you don't include Gen Z. Better take the